Today I'm going to review the Grid Doctor 3300 solar generator. I took it out in a real world test when I was deer hunting recently to see how it worked in a wall tent, kind of a primitive camp where we didn't have any internet or any power. Let's see if this Grid Doctor 3300 gets the coveted 5 tomahawk review. Watch till the end, see how it does. This review's primarily for you old graybeard mountain men out there, that might still be having a little trouble getting your teepee put up, wonder whether or not you're going to be able to keep camping into your senior years, your golden years, your graybeard years. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment. I love to read your comments and reply to all of them. There's a new feature YouTube has on there. It's down by the comment section. It's called Hype. It'll be to the right of the comment. It'll have a flame and a little $sign in it. Hit that. Doesn't cost you a dime, and it helps the small channels like this grow. Now this here's the Grid Doctor 3300 from my Patriot supply. She weighs in around 52 pounds. Not bad for a generator of this size, but I'll be honest with you, it was a bit of a load for an old feller like myself. The setup's easy. It comes with a 200-watt solar panel that folds out with sturdy legs and is easy to adjust and move around as you need to catch the direct sunlight for the day. Plug the cables into the Grid Doctor unit and you're good to start charging. This thing's got plenty of outlets, standard AC, DC, USB-C, USB-A, you name it. It's got enough juice to power small appliances, lights, radios, even medical devices, like your CPAP machine. And here's what I really like. It's quiet. Out here, the only sound I want to hear is the fire crackling and the coyotes calling. This unit runs whisper quiet, perfect if you're camping near others or need to power medical gear without that constant generator noise. Now here's the trade-off. This thing needs direct sunlight to charge properly. On cloudy or rainy days, your charge rate's going to drop a lot. So if you're planning on being out for several days, keep that in mind. The Grid Doctor 3300 uses a powerful lithium battery, and that means long life, stable power, and safety. It's got EMT protection built right in, which is a nice touch for preparedness-minded folks. You can also stack expansion batteries if you need more capacity, up to 7, they say. The manufacturer says you can run lights, a small fan, a small heater, a coffee pot, a radio, a TV, all kinds of appliances. It has 3,300 watts of continuous output and 6,600 watts of surge. It's supposed to be more than enough for camp life. That wasn't completely my experience. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in the operation of the solar generator. Didn't give me what I thought it should last night. I ran my CPAP, charged up a couple of devices, and I ran a small electric space heater during the night to see how the generator would operate. I think the space heater drew just a little too much power and was just a little too much for the solar generator. The Grid Doctor shut off after 2 hours of operation. The battery was completely depleted. It only runs the electric heater for about 2 hours. That is within the operational guidelines of the device, however. We had rain the following day and the next day, and partly cloudy skies most of the time. So the solar panels never did really charge up that battery in the Grid Doctor. So for me, that was a negative. The solar panels couldn't get direct sunlight because of the cloudiness and the storminess, and we had a little bit of shade around us with the trees, so that prevented full direct sunlight for the solar panels. Without being able to get a full 8 to 12 hours of direct sunlight each day, I was not able to get the solar panels to recharge the Grid Doctor batteries to a full 100%. Yesterday was a rough day for the generator. I had it hooked up to solar power all day, but it didn't charge up very much. The most I got to was a 22% charge. Now that's not the fault of the generator. We had rain yesterday, a lot of cloudiness, very little sun until late in the day, and so those solar panels weren't able to do their work fully. Today's supposed to be a better day weather-wise, and I think those panels will get this generator charged up. Well, as with any solar generator, you gotta have sun. It charges off the sun, and we'd had some cloudy days. So today, I'm moving the generator out into the more direct sunlight. I've got to pack the generator out closer to the panels because the charge cord only reaches so far. That's not really a con, but if you're camped like I am, where I'm kind of in the trees and the sun doesn't give me full exposure until later in the day, I had to move the panels and the generator out a little further so they could get more direct sunlight and hopefully get a full charge. Well, it's Thursday morning on our Grid Doctor test run. So far, I've only been able to get the generator charged up with solar to about 63% during the day. And as you can see, this morning at 6:30, it's at 51%. I didn't run it at all last night. Didn't put a CPAP or anything on it because I didn't know if it was going to hold out. It's not been running and charging like I'd like it to. This morning, I'm going to try and make a cup of coffee. As you can see, I've got the AC turned on. I'm plugged into an AC 12 volt charging up my phone, and I'm plugged in with the coffee maker. Let's see if it'll make a cup of coffee. Turn this little guy on, and looks like we're drawing some juice, 690 watts. And look at that, it's starting to brew for us. I'm starting a second pot of coffee today, giving the generator a second try just to make sure that this outlet works. I was plugged into this outlet with the charger that was not responding. This outlet was making the coffee. Now I've plugged into this one that didn't respond to the charger, and this outlet is sending power to the unit and is making another pot of coffee. Okay, while I wait for my pot of coffee to brew, I'm plugged into the USB port, and it's turned on down here, this little light. I've got two USB chargers plugged into those ports, and it timed out or shut off again about 10 minutes into charging time. So I've now put my hearing aids back into the charge port. I've got my GoPro camera into the charge port. Let's see how long it's going to go. I have no idea why this times out on the USB and just automatically shuts off before items are charged. That's another huge demerit. These USB ports have been operating for about 20 minutes now. So far, so good. Well, good morning. I've spent kind of a restless night last night. I plugged my hearing aids into my Grid Doctor generator, and the USB ports operated for about 5 minutes, and then they automatically shut off. I reset them, did it again, and I repeated that process throughout the night for about 3 hours until I got so frustrated I couldn't stand it. So I've had a sleepless night with this generator, and my technology has come to my aid. I think I'm on to a solution to my charging problems now. Yep, I plugged into another generator, and this little guy's been going for about 10 minutes. I've got my hearing aids plugged into the USB port and my phone plugged into the USB port, and so far this thing is charging better than the Grid Doctor. I don't know what the issue is with the Grid Doctor. I spent some time reviewing the owner's manual again last night. Read it several times. I went to the back again and looked at the frequently asked questions. And you know, it didn't answer my question. Why in the heck does the USB ports shut off or time out on their own? And after a couple hours, and sometimes less time than that, the 12 volt plug times out as well. So I don't know what's going on. I did a factory reset on the generator yesterday, and that didn't seem to cure the problem. I just have had nothing but problems with this generator. I think the grid doctor needs to go to the ER. So I want to reach out to the owner or representatives of Grid Doctor. Please feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to find out, is there something I was doing wrong? Well, I've given you some of the pros and some of the cons. Some of the pros, the generator is quiet and it doesn't burn any gasoline. So you don't have to pack any extra gas with you. So that's a big plus. And if you're using it in your tipi or your wall tent at a Mountain Man Rendezvous or other primitive type event where you don't want any noise or anything modern being shown, the solar generator might be just the ticket for that. During the day, of course, you'd have your solar panels outside, and that would be seen. You know, I walked through the primitive camp area of Fort Bridger last year, and there was a teepee or two that did have some solar panels tucked up underneath so that they could get a little sun during the day. So, you know, us old graybeards, we got to integrate some of the old with the new to keep in this lifestyle that we enjoy so much. So you decide, is that a pro or a con to you? I'll just run over some of the cons again for me. I had the problem with the USB ports that would keep timing out for me. I'd plug in my chargers and those darn things would power out. That was definitely a con. I couldn't find a quick answer in the owner's manual or the frequently asked questions. So to me, that's by far a real con. You know, I can take a gasoline generator that I have. I can put a little gasoline in it. Sure, it makes a little noise and I got to carry a little gas with me. But that dang thing, I fire it up, it starts running, and it don't shut off till I shut it off. It charges what I want it to charge. I don't even know where the owner's manual is for my generator. I still am open to the idea that it was a loose nut behind the wheel, operator error on that darn thing, and maybe that's why it didn't function the way it is advertised to function. I've watched several video reviews of the Grid Doctor, and everybody gives it glowing reviews. I think maybe I'm the odd man out. I don't know why. I really wanted to give it a glowing review. I really wanted to say, this is the ticket item you need to get for your Mountain Man camp. I can't give it that recommendation. For me, I give it 3 tomahawks out of 5. I'm not sure it's worth it. You decide. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and the hype button if it's available near the comments when you're making a comment. It'll really help out this small channel. I appreciate it. Thank you. And as always, remember, black powder matters.